Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Steve with Wishlist Plants, and yo, thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. I really appreciate that. You guys know that, right? I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch. Listen, on today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 wish list plants that I have personally for 2026, right? So when my money gets right and maybe I got a cabinet and all of that good stuff, these are the 5 plants that I want to add to my collection for next year. So stick around for that, all right? All right, guys, guess what? So tomorrow, December 8th, is my birthday, okay? So I am ecstatic, you guys. I have circled around the sun another year. Thank God, okay? Because it has been one hell of a year, but I'm still here. All right, I'm still here. We're still here. So I thought, what better way to celebrate my birthday but to talk about some wish list plants that I have for 2026. Okay, so check this out, you guys. Maybe we have some plants in common. Put it in the comments if you see a plant that I mentioned in this video that you want to, that is part of your wish list for next year. Put it in the comments. If you don't see your plant, let me know what you're looking at, so maybe I can switch things up, you know? But anyway, look, here's the deal. We're going to start things off with number 5, all right? And the reason why this is number 5 is because this plant is still expensive as hell. This is a specialty pothos plant. This is a Teruno love song pothos, all right? Now, bet, I saw this plant for the first time at PlantCon in New York, and it was sourced by this company called D&M Garden, Secret Garden, D&M Secret Garden. And so I've been talking to the seller, to the owner, and I'm going to try to get my hands on this Toronto love song plant, okay? Hopefully for my birthday. All right, so look, I'm gonna do this. I don't always do this, but if you want, drop a super sticker in this chat right now to help me get this plant. Yo, this plant is amazing. It has curly leaves, sort of like the Pothos Shangri-La. Okay, now you know what pothos plants, pothos are one of my favorite plants that I have in my collection right now because they're just so easy to take care of. They are so forgiving, and I have no doubt that although this plant has a lot of variegation, it should not be any different than my Marble Queen Pothos, who is just living her best life right now. Great conditions that I have for it. Doesn't require too much humidity. Requires indirect sunlight, which, you know, I can fake that with a grow light, you know. And the watering schedule is going to probably be the same as my other pothos, which is approximately once a week. So I don't mind taking care of this plant. I know I won't kill this plant with the cost being over 200 bucks still for maybe like a 6-leaf sort of plant, starter plant. But I want it, and I want it badly, you guys. So what do you think? Is this a plant that you would add into your collection for 2026? Let me know. Yo, this wine is hidden. Okay, this is a Portuguese wine. It is the bomb, and it's so smooth. You know, me and my red wine. I hope you guys are toasting just like I am for my special day tomorrow. Listen, get your wine, get your soft drink, get your beer. I don't care. All right. Cheers. All right. Happy birthday to me. Check this out. My number 4 plant is the Monstera Aurea. Okay. Now look, I have a Tycon that's like literally right here. I'm looking at it. And you know, it's hit or miss. Okay, my Tycon, actually I did a video on it a couple of months ago, complaining and bitching about it, but it's actually doing so much better. And Janae is rehabbing my Monstera deliciosa, and she said that that plant is doing fantastic now. I can't wait to see what that's going to look like. So I think I can add a Monstera Aurea to my mix. A well variegated one, by the way, but a Monstera Aurea nonetheless. This is the thing about Monsteras that I've learned over these years, is that they love consistent watering. So I have learned to be more consistent with my watering on my Tycon, and that has changed the entire game. Now look, I haven't received any more new leaves from that Tycon. However, all of my leaves look so much better, you guys. I'm not even hating on it right now. I'm actually glad, again, that I got that plant into my collection. So I think next year I want like a little starter Monstera Aurea plant, a plant that I can possibly put into an IKEA cabinet. Okay, so speaking of wish lists, next year, you guys, I really want a cabinet. I want that IKEA Millsbo cabinet because I want to start getting some plants that require a little bit more humidity, especially with the fact that my air dries out in the summer. So, you know, I turn on the air here, it zaps all the humidity in the summertime, and I'm down to about 37%. I'm actually doing really, really good right now in the wintertime because the heat comes through my vents as opposed to the cold AC. My humidity is about 63% right now. I'm loving it. Okay, so my plants are loving it. Let's just say that. Okay, but I think with that being said, with the cabinet, if I get a little Monstera Aurea starter plant, I can start it off in the cabinet. What do you think? Number 4, Monstera Aurea. All right, guys. So number 3 is a Philodendron Jose Bueno variegated. Okay, so I was beefing about variegated philodendrons in the past. I'm a flip flopper, so I mean, I just want you to know that I'm going to flip flop on this channel. I'm going to say, hey, a prop box is a good way to propagate pothos, and then probably in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to say water propagation is best. All right, so I'm a flip flopper. I'm flip flopping my way back to philodendrons. A Jose Bueno. I want this plant so bad because I actually just got a Paraíso Verde, and I'm struggling with that because the humidity levels are not as strong as I need them to be right now. But when I get that cabinet, you guys, that's exactly where I'm going to put the Paraíso Verde, and I'm going to put the Jose Bueno up in the cabinet. Okay, so the cabinet is real crucial to my game next year. Okay, so if you want to drop a super sticker to go towards the cabinet, just say, hey Steve, happy birthday, here's a super sticker for your cabinet. Now go get yourself a Jose Bueno. You understand what I'm saying? So that's another plant, you guys, that I just really love the way it looks. That's the bottom line. Okay. Now, in terms of care tips, yeah, it does require a little bit more humidity. It's going to require some light so that it can maintain that variegation. So I am taking a chance with that. Okay. But again, it's a nice looking plant. I can't go wrong with it, right? What do you think? Would you get one of those? Have you seen them? I mean, and has the price come down? Because I'm looking at maybe like a 2-leaf cutting for about $35. Have y'all seen that? Let me know. Put it in the comments. All right, guys. Number 2, the Hoya Callistophylla. All right. Yo, this plant is stunning, and I think my boy Dave has this plant. Okay, from Aroy District. Shout out to you, Dave. Aroy District. Shout out to you. I love the veining on these leaves, you guys. Now I have a Hoya Clemenciorum, all right, and I love the veining on that plant. It's a little bit more elongated in the leaf. The Callistophylla is a little bit more oval, which I like, and it's a little bit more pronounced. Like the veining is a little bit more pronounced on the Callistophylla. So I want it, okay? Now here's my thing, my only gripe with Hoyas is that they grow so freaking slow. I think every single Hoya in my collection is a slow grower, all right? I think I have a Crimson Princess or Crimson Queen, one or the other. You guys, you know me, I always get those two confused. It's actually not bad. It's still a slow grower, but it's not as slow as, let's say, my compactor, my Hindu rope, okay? To listen, I'm gonna be about 75 years old until I see some sort of difference in the growth period and the growth of my Hoya Hendro compactor. So it is what it is. But that Callistophylla, I just like saying that name, Callistophylla. I gotta get that one. So if y'all know any deals, put it in the comments, you guys. How much do those plants typically go for? And with Hoyas, like I don't think this one's going to drink that much. Okay, so that saves me, a lot of hardship when it comes to possibly neglect. Even though I don't neglect not one of my babies. But put it in the comments. Would you get one of those, or do you have one? What's your experience? All right, guys. And then the last plant the number one plant that I'm going to put on my wish list for 2026 is the Cereus forbesii. I think that's how you say it. It's a cactus, a spiralis cactus plant. Okay. Now look, I got a booby cactus. Tits is doing just fine. Actually watered her earlier today. She's doing fantastic. And I really want to get another cactus plant to add to my collection. And I love the spiral shape of this plant here, okay? And it grows actually pretty tall. So, like if I can actually grow a couple of them together, that would be fantastic. But I'm only gonna get one, you guys, to start. Now, the only thing with this plant, from what a lot of my viewers and subscribers were saying about cacti in particular, is that it will do fantastic in a south facing window. Okay, so maybe like a southwest facing window is going to do fantastic. I don't have that. Okay, I have an east facing window. It gets morning sun. But here's the deal, my booby cactus is doing just fine. It's probably not growing as fast as I would like just because of that dynamic right there. But at the end of the day, I'm not even looking for all my plants to grow super duper fast because they already eating my wallet in terms of, I don't need them pushing me out of this space. I actually love the space. Okay, so I don't need none of my plants pushing me out just yet. So y'all can keep your cool, okay, growing nice and slow. Just don't die on me, okay? And I'm happy to say that I haven't gotten rid of one plant in months. So I'm doing something right, you guys. But listen, you guys, those are my 5 plants that I'm going to look into purchasing for 2026. So follow me along next year, you guys, with what my collection looks like. I appreciate you all for doing that. So guys, listen, it's been a fantastic year for me. Okay. First of all, a lot of changes have happened in my life, both good and bad. Okay. How do I say this? A few bad things. I mean, some bad things to really change the direction of my life. Really. I mean, I've moved into this new place. It was something that I did not want to have to do, but circumstances caused me to have to make that change. And, I actually love my space now. I lost my therapist, Madeline. She passed away this year over the summer. It's left a huge hole in my heart. And I'm not the same. I'm just going to tell it to you like for real. I'm not the same. My Thursdays look completely different. There is always a reminder of my appointment that I'm keeping in my phone for Madeline. Listen, if you guys knew her, if you guys had the opportunity to meet her and know who was, she was an amazing woman. And so I lost someone very, very special to me this year. Also got out of a really substantial, really beautiful relationship. And that is a hole in my heart as well. So you guys, I got to say this. I mean, for 2025, there has been some ups and downs. Job situations don't look the same anymore. And, you just got to keep pushing whatever it looks like. People can disappoint you and literally flip the script on you, and your entire life can change just based on one person not being there anymore. But you're still here. You're still here. You have family, friends, even strangers who might give you a smile when you need to see a smile. So what I want to just impose on you at the end of this video is just not to give up. Okay, whatever things look like, however people might have hurt you or just totally changed exactly who you thought they were to be to you, you have to do your best to move forward. Okay? And remember to rely on your family, on your friends, on the people who care about you most so that you can make it to another birthday. You can make it to another birthday smiling. You can make it to another birthday happy. Albeit it might not be with the same folks that was riding with you before, whatever circumstances that takes them out of your equation, but the equation remains. The equalizer in your equation remains. You are happy. Okay? Now, I know with life, when you lose something, how difficult it could be to remain happy. There is always going to be a hole there, always, that can never be filled. But at the same time, you have to give people the opportunity to pour a little bit more into your cup. Okay? Not into your wine glass, but into your cup of life so that you find other reasons to smile, other reasons to be happy. I gotta say this real quick. I was with family over the Thanksgiving break, and when I tell you that I had so much fun, I mean, we like to play this game called Left, Right, Center. Put it in the comments if you heard about Left, Right, Center, and to see everybody smiling and laughing and screaming and yelling and getting excited and all of that stuff to do that every Thanksgiving with my family, every holiday that we get together, we do a little bit of left, right, center. We play for money. Yeah, we do. And we have fun. And just that adds life to your dynamic, my dynamic. But it can add life to your dynamic when you get together with loved ones and just celebrate and just have fun for just no reason at all. Okay, so you guys, look, that's all I'm gonna leave you with today. I'm gonna finish this glass of wine. It's so good. You all, I always appreciate you guys watching the channel. I love you guys for it. Okay, so what I need for you to do in return is love yourself. Okay, love yourself. That's what we do over here, right? That's the practice that we have in the I Live Plants community. We are practicing loving ourselves, as difficult and as hard sometimes as that may be. But at the end of the day, F it, you guys. You got one life. Okay, and what I refuse to do is to fall in love with myself at the last minute. Okay, I celebrated another year. Okay, and falling more in love with myself and okay with whatever hate that I get. You know what you do? You put that where? Back there. All right. I love you guys for watching. We will talk soon.